there are loads more bedtime stories on BBC iPlayer. Just search CBeebies Bedtime Stories.
CBeebies Bedtime Story.
Hello, I'm Jade. I love to sing and perform. I enjoy drawing and painting, and something else that I really love is choosing and wearing clothes that I am comfortable in and that make me feel good when I wear them. There are so many different colours, materials and styles of clothes, dark colours and bright colours, sparkly or plain, floaty or tight, soft or silky or fluffy or light. Sometimes we call what somebody likes to wear their style. And do you know something super special? Everybody has their own style, things they like to wear and things they don't. Some people like the same types of clothes and some people like different types, and that's okay. What's most important is wearing whatever you feel most comfortable in and what makes you feel good. What do you like to wear? I bet you look amazing. Tonight's CBeebies Bedtime Story is about someone who loves clothes too. A little boy who spots something in a clothes shop that he would love to wear. This book is called The Dress in the Window, and it was written by Robert Tregonning and illustrated by Pipper Kernick. One afternoon on the high street in town, a boy with his mum saw a sparkling gown. It hung in the window of second-hand thread, all glowing, all flowing, all dazzling and red. It seemed to call out as the boy tried to pass. He stopped and he pressed his small nose to the glass. He gazed at the garment with eyes open wide and noticed his heart disco dancing inside.
Whoa.
There, in that moment, the boy made a wish. To put on that dress and to swirl and to swish. He took in the sequins from shoulder to floor and wondered, what life did this dress live before? Was it once worn by a star on the screen who walked the red carpet and stole every scene? Or maybe the greatest of all the world's spies, once used it as part of a perfect disguise? Was it once worn in a room filled with jazz by a spotlit performer who sang with pizzazz? Or was it once shown by a fashion designer whose runways had never seen anything finer? Now, in this window, it stood on display for anyone passing and willing to pay. Maybe, said Mum, if you do a few chores and save up some pennies, that dress could be yours. Nothing would stop him, whatever it took. He'd wash, clean and tidy, he'd carry and cook. He'd ask all the neighbours who lived on the road if dogs could be walked or if lawns could be mowed. At house number 7, he helped Mrs. Mac, who found houseware tricky because of her back. At house number 20, he washed an old car and polished it up so it shone like a star. At house number 30, he swept up the leaves and watered the flowers to help Mr. Jeeves. At house number 40, he brushed the dogs' tails. He washed them and dried them and clipped all their nails. He counted his coins and he'd reached 24 when kindly the tooth fairy left him one more. So now with enough, the boy lay in his bed and danced in his dreams wearing sequins of red. Next morning came with a hug and some toast. Happy birthday, said Mum, to the boy I love most. She took him to school, saying, see you at 3. We'll walk home through town, back for presents and tea. 3 o'clock came, not a moment too soon. The boy had been counting the seconds since noon. He knew that they'd walk past the dress of his dreams. He leapt in excitement and burst at the seams. Over the playground and through the school gate, he thought of the dress and he just couldn't wait. Hang on, Mum cried as she tried to keep pace. Her son was now running as if in a race. The dress in the window was just round the bend, and this time the boy had his savings to spend. Feeling a thrill that he couldn't quite bear, he looked through the window. The dress was not there! The boy's heart stopped dancing. It sank to the floor. Never had he wanted anything more. Mum held his hand as she said, "Never mind, your presents are waiting. Who knows what you'll find?" When they got home, all the neighbours were there with gifts for the boy and a big cake to share. The boy thanked them all as he offered them tea. Then Mum smiled and said, "Here's your present from me." She passed him the parcel. It wasn't a book. It felt soft and squishy. The boy's fingers shook. He thought of the dress, but he knew it had gone. He peeled back the paper and something bright shone. A shimmer of sequins, a glimmer of red. "I bought it before someone else did," Mum said. "I couldn't risk waiting. They only had one beautiful dress for my beautiful son." The boy tried it on and he smiled as he spun. He loved how it sparkled like light from the sun. He danced through the house and he filled it with joy, and everyone wanted to dance with the boy. He danced round the garden and out in the road. He swirled and he twirled and his happiness flowed. He smiled at his mum and she smiled back at him, her son in his dress, filled with love to the brim. That story was as beautiful as the little boy's dress. How fantastic did he look? Everyone deserves to feel good about themselves in whatever clothes they like to wear. Maybe next time you walk past a shop selling pre-loved clothes, you can take a look and see if there are any outfits there that make you say, wow. You might even find something so pretty it makes you want to dance. But even the most stylish of stores need their sleep. So it's time to put on your favourite pyjamas, go to bed, and have dreams filled with all of your favourite things. And after a good night's rest, in the morning, perhaps you could draw some of the beautiful clothes that you like to wear. Night, night.
There are loads more bedtime stories on BBC Sounds. Just search CBeebies Bedtime Stories.